Hey everybody, it's Kalymnios here from thethoughtgym.com. How are you doing this week? I hope you're having a fantastic week. Summer's in full swing in London, not that you'd realise it from the weather we've been having recently. Traditional London weather. But I'm not here to talk about the London weather, I'm here to talk about why you should give your best even when you fail. You see, this is what happened. I entered a speech competition about a week and a half ago. It was for the Professional Speakers Association in the UK, and they have each year, if you're a new member, you get the opportunity to enter this competition and go through to the semi-finals and the finals. And I had to write a speech, and it had to be less than 5 minutes. And I wrote this speech, and you know, I give a fair few speeches. I'm a member of Toastmasters. I've been doing speeches for a long time, and normally when I do a speech for them, for Toastmasters this is, I can write it, unfortunately, even sometimes the day I'm going to give it. I can just go through it 2 or 3 times, I get a general gist of what I want to do, and you know what, I do pretty well, but I don't really go full out for it. But for this one, I did. I went and I practiced. Normally, like I said, I do 2 or 3 times. This time I must have practiced at least 80 times this speech, because I wanted to go for it. You see, what normally happens with me is I don't necessarily always give it 100%, because then it gives me a little excuse, if you like, of why I might not succeed. It's like, oh well, I could have done better had I practiced more, had I rehearsed more, had I invested more time into it, and therefore I didn't win X, Y, Z, or I didn't do this because of that. So it gives me an excuse. And the fear always is, what if I put all my effort into it and it doesn't work out? What if I put all my effort into it and it fails? Does that make me a useless person? Does it make a wasted effort? So here's what happened. I put in all this effort, I did all this work, and I went to the heats, the London heats, and I did quote unquote fail. So I didn't come first or second or third, I didn't place. And it's only the winner that goes through. But was I disappointed? This was the surprising thing, is that I felt that if I put all that effort in, and you know, I was nervous. I don't normally get as nervous before a speech as I did that day. You know, nervous about remembering it all, had the 80 odd rehearsals been in vain. I even rehearsed to flowers in the middle of Regent's Park, looking like a crazy person speaking. I had people coming up to me and other people actually offering me assistance and being there. So I put a lot of effort into this, and I thought I'd be really disappointed if I didn't get through. But you know what? I wasn't. I was actually happy that I'd given it my best, and you know, I had some video footage to show for it, and I'll show you that in a second. Hence why this is a bit of a longer video probably. But you know, I was actually really happy, and so this is my message really to you, is that you know, sometimes just give all you can give, and if it doesn't work out, then you haven't failed as such. Remember what we talked about last time, or it was about your first attempt in learning. That's all you do when you fail, is you have a first attempt in learning. And that's all it was for me, is that I didn't get the result, but I was really happy that I put in all the effort, because it meant that, you know, I couldn't have done any more. It was what it was. And I was really surprised by that. It was a bit of an aha moment. I'm going to take that forward, and I trust that you're going to take that forward. But you know, have a watch of the speech, let me know what you think of the speech as well. There's some messages in there, some key messages in there that you can take away. And then I've got a little snippet at the end that I want to share with you as well, so stick around for that.
It's 4:30 in the morning and I'm in a pitch black room. I can barely make anyone out. Besides, it wouldn't make any difference. There's no talking allowed, nor any eye contact, and you only get 1 hour of recreation a day. I started getting nervous thinking about whether I would last in there. Was I strong enough to survive? Some of the others looked like they'd done time there many times before, seasoned pros. C Block was now my home. More pressing was that for the next few hours I would be confined to a space no bigger than a doormat. Nothing but my own mind for company. But it was my fault I was there. I had in effect chosen to be there. Have you ever had to make a difficult choice? One that's uncomfortable in the moment, but yet for the greater good? For I was on a 10-day silent meditation retreat called Vipassana in Hereford. It was all part of my journey of evolving to becoming a better version of myself. And on this journey to become a high performer, I started decoding what makes people a better leader, speaker, or indeed person. And I noticed patterns that many interesting and inspiring role models exhibited, experts in their field. And one thing that many of these outstanding people had in common, be that a successful FTSE 100 CEO, a top speaker, or an outstanding entrepreneur, was some kind of meditation practice. So I experimented with it, and over time I built up to a whopping 5 minutes a day. But Vipassana was different. This was 12 hours a day for 10 days straight, with no talking, no eye contact, and no eating after lunch. Not only that, but for 3 one-hour sessions a day, you had to be totally still. That's right, not move a muscle. And you can bet your house on the fact that the moment the session started, you'd get an itchy nose, or worse, you can't touch it, you can't blow on it, you can't rub it against anything. Why not? Well, it's one of the great learnings that you get to know, not intellectually, but in your being, that this too shall pass. Life is transient. Things come, things go. Don't get attached to what you're experiencing. That might be something that we've heard gurus express before, but to actually be there, experiencing that itch, and tell yourself it's okay, it'll pass, man, did I want to quit. And this is coming from someone who's done marathons, triathlons, been to Everest Base Camp, and summited Mount Kilimanjaro, but this was the toughest of the lot. And it didn't get any easier as the days passed. However, a funny thing did happen to that itch, and all the itches that inevitably followed. After a few torturous minutes, you know what? It did pass. Damn those enlightened gurus, they really know their stuff. This too shall pass. The itch was transient. Feelings are transient. Life is transient. I realised this, not intellectually, but in my bones. This too shall pass. And now I do have a greater appreciation of this concept because let's be frank, shit happens to all of us, sometimes all at once. Recently, while on a course in Miami, playing at being Bruce Lee, I sustained a serious knee injury that had me on crutches for over 6 weeks and from which I'm still rehabilitating. But the pain, the excruciating pain, the limited movement, the frustration, this too shall pass. But just to test my understanding of this concept a little bit more, life threw me another curveball. The moment I got back from Miami, hobbling in to the home that I shared with my girlfriend of 4 years, I found her there, bags packed, announcing she was leaving me. Talk about a kick in the guts. Now I had both physical and emotional pain. But you know what? I knew, even in that moment, that this too shall pass. We can't always control what happens to us in life, and as we go through life, we're going to experience both the ups and the downs, but they all pass. Spring follows winter, just as summer follows spring. It's all just a cycle. So whatever is going on for you right now, good and bad, it certainly helps to know that this too shall pass. Thank you.
Okay, so that was the speech that I gave in the London region, but what happened was a bit funny because I actually worked out that you could enter into 2 different regions. So I decided to enter into another region about a week later, and this was down in Kent, and it was a bit of a palaver to get to in the end. I had to go up to North London to pick up the car from my folks because I don't own a car, borrow that, and then I got all sidetracked, and then there were accidents, and I was on the M25 for ages, then I was driving through London, and God knows where the sat-nav was taking me. I had to be there for 5 o'clock. You know, it was about 6:45, 7 o'clock before I got there. I spent about 2.5 to 3 hours in the car to drive there, and many times I was driving there and I was thinking, is it worth it? Let me just, bin it. There's still 14 other participants. The odds of getting through are just as slim as they were before. Why bother? And then I went there and I did it, and you know what? I took on the advice from the first round. I slowed the pace down because you might have noticed it was a bit quick to begin with. I slowed the pace down, I had a bit more time. I gave a good performance and I was happy with my performance. But obviously the icing on the cake was that I did win that heat. And so I did make it through to the next round, which is not till October now. But whatever happens there, I know that I gave it my best shot. And this is really a second snippet for you. It's about perseverance. And if you want something, And you know, like I say, if first you don't succeed, then you know, they say try again, but I just say go and do it again and again until you succeed. So remember, you know, when you fail, it's your first attempt at learning. Give it your all, and even if you don't succeed, I was quite happy after the first round. I said, you know what, I've given it my all. But then I thought, why not do it again? I've done all that effort on the speech, I might as well deliver it again. Who knows what might happen, and I was lucky in a way. I got through and I feel very grateful for that. So that's my message this week, is really just to put everything into the things you're doing, even if you don't get the results that you're after, because you're going to become a better person as a result, and actually you're not going to allow that room for that excuse. So think about that this week. What have you got that's on your plate that really you can put that little bit more effort in? And you know, is it a fear that's holding you back, a fear of failing that you don't want to put 100% effort into it? I'd love to hear what you think. Apologies, it's been a bit of a longer video this week, but you know, we have got that middle chunk of the speech in the middle. But you know, I wish you a fantastic week. I love to hear from you. Remember, please do subscribe, because I love getting new subscribers and sharing my messages with more people. So do share it as well. And I look forward to speaking with you next week. Take care. Bye bye.